Today you look deeper into thought itself. Thought is the seed of the mind. This is the 7-minute daily focus, day 67 of 365. Today's focus, the law of the mind. You remain within one governing structure, the law of the mind. For 14 days, I do not change subject. You deepen focus, you deepen understanding. Effect stands in front, origin stands behind, the mind stands between. This is the order of the law of the mind. Today you look deeper into thought itself. Thought is the seed of the mind. Every structure that later becomes visible in front first appears as thought within the mind. Thought is the earliest form in which ideas, dreams, direction, and vision emerge. It is not yet physical structure. It is seed form, the beginning point of expression. A seed contains the pattern of what it will become. Within a small seed lies the entire actuality of the tree. In the same way, thought carries within it the pattern of the structure that will later appear. Thought therefore must be understood as the first appearance of form within the mind. Pause for a moment. Observe the thoughts that arise within your mind. Notice how quickly thought appears, an idea forms, a direction emerges, a vision comes into awareness. These are not yet physical realities, they are seeds. The importance of thought, therefore, lies in its origin. Thought arises within the metaphysical ground of the mind. It is received through recognition before it becomes organized through thinking. Thinking does not create the seed. Thought appears first. Thinking then turns toward the seed and begins its work of sequencing and ordering. If thought is divided, thinking struggles to organize it. If thought is confused by reaction to appearance, the seed becomes unstable. But when thought remains aligned with what is recognized through the first sense, the seed carries clarity and direction. Thought therefore deserves careful attention. What you repeatedly think about begins to stabilize as seed. Repeated thought strengthens metaphysical pattern within the mind. Pattern becomes direction. Direction begins to organize structure. This is why guarding thought is essential. Not every thought deserves to remain within the mind. Some thoughts arise from reaction. Others arise from fear or confusion. These seeds produce unstable structure if they are repeatedly entertained. But when thought originates from recognition of reality, the seed carries order within it. Thinking can then stabilize the seed without distortion. From this sequence, the process of translation begins. Thought appears as seed. Thinking sequences the seed. Metaphysical structure begins to form. Physical structure eventually appears in front. Thought therefore must be treated with care because every thought is a seed entering the field of the mind. Some seeds are strong and orderly, others are weak or disordered. The difference between them determines what kind of metaphysical pattern begins to form within the mind. When a thought first appears, it may seem small and insignificant, just as a seed appears small when held in the hand. Yet within that small seed is the ordered actuality of what it will become. In the same way, a single thought can contain the direction of a future structure. A clear thought carries clarity forward. A confused thought carries confusion forward. This is why attention plays such an important role in the life of the mind. What you repeatedly allow your attention to return to gradually strengthens its presence within the mind. Attention feeds the seed. The more a thought is entertained, the more firmly it settles into the metaphysical ground of the mind. Once a thought begins to settle in this way, thinking turns toward it. Thinking examines the seed. It looks at what the thought contains. It measures its direction and its meaning. Thinking then begins the careful work of sequencing what the seed contains so that it can develop into stable metaphysical structure. If thinking rushes this process, the seed may remain disordered. If thinking becomes distracted by reaction to appearance, the seed may be distorted before it has stabilized. But when thinking remains attentive and orderly, the seed begins to organize itself into pattern. That pattern becomes the beginning of metaphysical structure. This structure is still unseen. It exists within the interior activity of the mind. Yet it is no less real for being unseen. Just as the pattern of a tree exists within a seed before the tree grows into visibility, the pattern of physical expression begins to stabilize within the mind long before it appears in front of the five senses. Through this process, the mind participates in the unfolding of reality. Thought introduces the seed. Thinking prepares and sequences that seed. Metaphysical structure gradually stabilizes within the mind. When the structure becomes sufficiently ordered, physical expression eventually follows. Understanding this sequence restores clarity to the role of thought. Thought is not merely passing mental activity. Thought is the seed form of future structure. What you allow to remain as thought today becomes the pattern from which tomorrow's structure emerges. For this reason, the discipline of thought is not about suppressing thinking. It is about recognizing the responsibility of the mind as the field in which seeds are planted. Each thought allowed to remain becomes part of the metaphysical pattern forming within the mind. When thought remains aligned with what is recognized through the first sense, the seeds that take root within the mind carry order. Thinking can then stabilize those seeds into coherent metaphysical structure. In time, that structure finds its way into visible form. Remember the order. Effect stands in front, origin stands behind, the mind stands between. Thought is the seed within the mind. Thinking prepares the seed for expression. In this way, the unseen becomes the seen. Affirmation for day 67. Thought is the seed within my mind. I guard the seeds I allow to remain. Thinking prepares the seed for expression. What is ordered within the unseen becomes structure in the seen, by order, by the law of the mind.